Good morning, friends. Uh, I'm trying to, use this as a follow-up video to the video I posted in the morning, which basically gave you my broad thinking on the market. I mean, what I feel. Now, let's see in this video whether that is confirmed with charts, and you can call it confluence my style, where I try to confirm my opinion with actual charts. So let's look at the Nifty, Bank Nifty, as well as several heavyweight stocks, because as I said in the last video, wherever the heavyweights go, the market goes there. Also, some of you may be thinking, why am I back? Because during this period of my absence, I saw that my market analysis gets sharper if I put it out. So I am doing this for my selfish gain. That's what you can think of. Also, we'll go through the pivots and look at what are key levels. The level I gave you of 10,400 as a stop in the previous video was a off the cuff type of level. Now we'll see, does actually do those levels, are they justified by pivot calculations? So without wasting any more time, let's get to our charts. Let's start with the Nifty Futures, or you can call it Nifty, and then we move forward from there. This is the Nifty chart. Higher top, higher bottom. These are the higher tops which have been made, and you can see very clear higher bottoms as well. Very simple analysis. What you can do is draw some sort of a trend line, and that can be your guide for the holding of the trend. The trend line is very safely, the price is very safely above the trend line. Now this may look like a doji. The moment people see a doji, it's all kinds of panic, and doji has been made, indecision, it will turn down. I don't think so. I'll show you enough dojis in the past where nothing really happened. So individual doji does not matter. It needs confirmation. Okay. So that way, this trend line, this breaks down about 10,400. So we are on the ball in terms of the previous breakout level and in terms of the trend line. Now let's see what is going on a weekly chart. Now look at the size of this bar. Does this show any bearishness to you? Does it show any sort of topping out to you? You have closed above previous week high. You have closed at the top end of the range. I can't see what is wrong with this sort of a bar. If I had to do, some very basic type analysis, this is about, 7,500, or rather this is 8,800. From 8,800, you got 10,300. Okay. That is about 1,500 points. Then we corrected back to 95.50. 95.50, plus 1,500. How much is that? You can say 9,600, whatever. That is about 11,100. So this is your first calculation, which leads you to a target of about 11,100. Okay. Now let's go and see what is happening on the bank Nifty. Now this is the daily chart of the bank Nifty. As you can see, higher low and higher highs. We had a massive 600 point bar, and people have started acting bearish because for 2 days bank Nifty has not gone up. People calling bank Nifty bearish, I think, is a bit of stupidity. Why? Because we have come off 200, 300 points from the highs. Markets take pause after large moves. So that shouldn't be any surprise. Okay. So while it may not be outperforming like Nifty, there is nothing wrong in this chart. Now let's see what is happening on the weekly chart. Have a look at this last week's bar. Despite all the bearishness, it is still a fairly solid green bar. Bank Nifty started from about 17,000, went to 22,000. Okay. Came back to 19,500. So basically, if you add 5,000 to 19.5, that is about 24,500. So that, in my opinion, is the target on Bank Nifty. And can you see these two lows here? This is the weekly low for this week and last week. So about 21,000 is your kind of support on Bank Nifty. Okay. Bank Nifty, it is subdued for a few days and then all of a sudden springs out. Okay. So my sense is, going by this kind of chart, is that Bank Nifty is pausing. These two red bars are just showing you a pause in this large uptrend. You want to draw some kind of a trend line, we can do that. So draw a trend line from this point. Trend line, when you draw, you should take the farthest points. Again, this trend line is about 21,500. So till that time, there is no question of any sort of bearishness. Okay. Now let's have a look at our pivots. Now let me show you the weekly pivots. The weekly pivot point is at 10,445. You can take broadly 10,450. I had given you a level of 10,400. So 400, 450 is the broad range we should hold on a weekly basis. On the Bank Nifty, the weekly pivot is 21,670 and the complete S1 is about 21,000. Okay, so till S1 you should be trying to buy the declines. So S1 on Bank Nifty is 21,056 and on the Nifty S1 is 10,284. So that would be a point till where you should keep buying the dips. On your current position, if we start to violate 10,400, 450, you stand aside. Okay, so this is the way I would interpret this data. Okay, now let's go back to our charts. Daily pivots I don't want to discuss right now. This is a weekly scenario that we are discussing. Okay, now let's go back to the individual charts. See, this is Kotak Mahindra. Now, as you can see here, the lows are still rising. Can you see any bearishness on this chart? This line I had drawn a few days back. So slowly, the Kotak chart wants to get above 1420. So a major Bank Nifty component is not bearish. Okay. Now let's go and have a look at Reliance. Let me show you a 60-minute chart. Does this look bearish? So Reliance is also looking to get out of this previous top. Okay. So major components of the index are bullish. Again, next chart here is Infosys. Again moves up from this base, this one here, retests and continues to make higher low, higher high. Please tell me, where is the bearishness here? Okay. Even on the daily, this thing is looking very pretty. This is your daily chart, trading safely above 200. Look at the size of these green bars. So, being bearish without any reason will not help anybody. Okay. This is our good old Maruti. What is this pattern? Doesn't it look like some kind of head and shoulder? Not bullish, not bearish, but bullish head and shoulder. Let me draw. So this is your shoulder. Put a wide line, or let me first clear these drawings and then draw a line. So this is your neckline. What is the target of this head and shoulder? Low here of the head is 52.50 and high is 58.56. So about a 600 point upside from this level is about 6400. You can draw these accumulation patterns on all charts. I will just show some of them to you so that we know, is the money backing our view? Let's see. This is HDFC Bank, and I have heard people saying it is bearish. All I would like to tell them is that they are crazy. Why is it bearish? Because for one day it has found resistance at its 200-day moving average. Let's go to the hourly chart and see. Again, this is the small correction it's going through. Let me see if I can draw some kind of head and shoulder. Okay. This is looking like a head and shoulder. What is the target? 930 was the low. 1060 is the high. Add 130 to 1060. The target is 1190. Okay. So you see, the point is that people are dreaming of scenarios. Please show me evidence. This is HDFC. Okay. Now, this is the hourly chart of HDFC. Let's see if we can draw some kind of accumulation pattern. It has just broken out. Please show me where is it bearish. Okay, here the target can be 1720, 1870. So if you add 150 points here, it goes to 2030. Okay. Now finally TCS. Again, let's see the 1 hour chart. Again, you can see higher top, higher bottom. Where is the evidence of any sort of top? This was the breakout zone and it has gone past it. Okay. Daily chart again trading above 200. Look at the size of these massive green bars. So there is no question of any bearishness as of right now. Agreed, there is a congestion in this 10,600, 700 zone. It can stop it. It's like a speed breaker. It can slow the market down. But it cannot, take the market lower. So what I wanted to show through this video was that you have to go by facts. Yesterday, FIIs bought 885 crores and they were selling all through last few days. So participants are getting on the positive side. It is only, the retail category which is getting extraordinarily bearish. And, they will have a problem going forward. This is my view for the week. Let's see if we can come up with a trade plan on Monday morning. But for the week, I think this is as complete as we can get in terms of analysis. Thanks for watching.